And while Fred and Leslie are counting, I will give you all sorts of newsy updates about this search process. We have a surprise agenda item. So in addition to the search, we're going to talk about three things this morning. We're going to talk about the search team. We're also talking about the board is going to be recommending that we award Penny with the title Minister Emerita Retired. I will explain a little bit more about this, and then we'll take a vote as well. And then finally, I'll give a brief interim update. So, to begin, the process of the search committee will be to first do revisioning work. To attract the best candidates, our messaging and vision need to be current and strong. After the revisioning work is complete, select members of the committee will write CCSM's profile and the senior minister's job description. For Penny's search, this part of the process took about 2 months. Margie Mader-Clark has volunteered to be an advisor to the committee that can help facilitate the revisioning sessions. At the same time, the committee will be seeking input from the congregation about what qualifications you'd like to see in the next senior minister. Stay tuned for more about that, but there will definitely be an opportunity for congregational input. Subsequently, the search committee will market the job. The best ministers won't be looking for a job, and proactive relationship development and outreach will be very important. The search committee will review the candidates' profiles and watch online sermons. Top candidates will be interviewed by the search committee. And for the finalist candidates, at least 2 committee members will travel to the minister's church to see their sermons and their church live. Finalists will also be interviewed by the board as well as select CCSM staff, and then the minister will come to CCSM for meet and greets and for another congregational vote. The search committee will keep the congregation apprised of the process through Pine Tree connections, announcements, but in general, the search process is autonomous. It is common for the search for a senior minister to take approximately 1 month for every year the senior minister served. This is a tight job market now. It's a totally different world than 15 years ago, and 15 years ago, Penny's search took 18 months. So collectively, we need to trust the process, trust the team, and know that the right person will be out there for us at the right time. Now, let's talk about the committee. I want to give some highlights of the skills represented with this committee. One has been in executive recruiting in a professional capacity. There are 2 marketing executives, 1 financial professional, 1 who has deep appreciation for the historical significance of the UCC Church and how our history is relevant to who we are today. A teacher who understands that transformation and growth is best accomplished when there is a strong interpersonal connection. 1 who led the revisioning of our guiding principles and knows our mission and vision inside and out. 1 change maker whose life work is to save our democracy. 1 who served on Penny's search committee and has excellent knowledge of the process. 1 who's been a consistent youth leader for years. And 4 of the 9 on this slate have children who are all under the age of 12 years old. Now, the proposed settled senior minister slate is Alexandra Gillen, co-chair, Dave Olson, co-chair, Tracy Avalar, Jim Berthelsen, Leslie Burndon, Deborah Chang, Kenny Lee, Rebecca Rudy Whalen, and Sebastian Steinbach. I am very confident in this team. They know the importance of the responsibility, the scope of the work, and have the skills necessary to attract the next senior minister. I'm going to pause here and invite you to answer any questions you may have. and then we'll make sure we have a quorum and vote. Verl and Kathy are going to help me, but if you have a question, if you're here, raise your hand. If you're online, feel free to enter it into the chat. All right, no, I'm just kidding. I'll pause for a moment. Are there any questions? All right, interesting. Anything online? Oh, here we have a question, Michelle. Oh, hold on, wait till you get a microphone here.
I was curious, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I was curious, are there any potential people being looked at right now, or are you still doing a survey, sort of?
You mean for
For Penny's job?
No, we are not looking at anyone yet. This committee will do the revisioning work first to make sure we are confident in who we are and who we want to attract. We want to hear from the congregation, go through all the things I listed. It's going to be a very thoughtful process. We don't want to rush into the next. I think an interim period will be healthy for our community to regroup before launching the next settled senior minister.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions?
This is very minor, but I'm curious about the title of the committee. Why is the word settled in front of Senior Minister Search Committee?
Just to specify that it's not an interim, that this is for, this committee will be searching for the settled, and that's just a term that the NCNC uses for this role as a comparison to the interim. So going forward, it won't be in our website or materials, but I just wanted people to know this wasn't an interim search team, it's for the permanent position. Good questions, thank you. Do we have a quorum, Leslie and Fred? Fantastic. Thank you all for being here. That's fantastic. I'll pause for a moment. I see you in the balcony. Any questions? Okay. All those who support this search slate, please raise your hands. All right. Any opposed? Thank you. Congratulations to the team.
There's a bit of a delay for the online folks, so the vote hasn't finished been
Okay.
tallied, but I will tally that up, and it seems that we have a majority. So.
Okay, all right. While you do that, I just want to say thank you to the search committee. It's a big task at hand. We're super excited for it. And while we tally the votes, we're going to hear from Alexandra and Dave, our fearless co-chairs.
And Julie, I just saw Leslie give a thumbs up, so I think, yeah.
Well, thank you. I just wanted to say 3 quick things this morning. I'm Dave, and this is Alexandra. 3 more in addition to that. First, I want to say thank you. Thank you to Penny, who's done such amazing work here over the past 15 years. We never, ever could have imagined all of the ways that she's helped this community grow when we started looking for her. Thank you to everybody who chose to be on the committee. 15 months, it's a long time. There's a lot of work to do. And the standards are pretty high. But it's my understanding that you're going to pay us well, and we're going to fly first class, is what I've been told. The third thing is I want to thank everybody in the congregation for trusting us, for supporting us, and for taking this journey with us. So that's one, say thank you. Second thing I wanted to say is that we're really counting on you, all of you. One of the things that Alexandra told me when we met on Friday is that her top priority was listening. So we want to hear from everybody. We want to hear about why you're here now. We want to hear about what you value in this community, about what you want this process to be like. I think there'll be something formal along those lines pretty quickly, but today we just wanted to make sure that you knew that we're eager to hear what you think and that we believe that we're all in it together. And the third thing I wanted to say is that we're excited. I loved Penny's message this morning. I'm still trying to make sense of all of it. I think there's a song lyric it made me think of. Every new beginning starts with some other beginning's end. There's room for a lot of emotions here. And we're embarking on a new adventure, all of us together, that has an uncertain conclusion, right? But I know this is a great congregation, and I know that we'll see a lot of great candidates. And I know that our track record is pretty darn good, is what you say in this setting. And so we're thinking that this is a time of hope, a time to dream a little bit maybe, a time to imagine what might be, and a time to make that happen. So thank you. We're counting on you, and we're excited.
Thank you, Dave and Alexandra. The second item on the agenda is that the board voted last Sunday to award Penny with the title Minister Emerita Retired, and would like to invite you, the congregation, to vote as well. Our reasoning is simple. Penny is unique, not only because she's unique, but she has decided not to continue in church ministry, but rather to serve in other ways to advance the long arc of social justice. Penny's caring oversight of the congregation for 15 years and her prophetic voice for social justice has forever changed us. This is a symbolic gesture. We propose keeping her listed on our website with the title, Minister Emerita Retired. She will not be on letterhead or have responsibilities. Are there any questions or comments about this proposal? Okay, we have a comment or a question. Thank you.
So when you said earlier you had a surprise item, I think this is it. And so does Penny know about this? And if so, does she want it? Or how does she feel about it? Because
Yeah.
I would want to respect her as well as respect the congregation.
Yes. The idea was floated.
Position is just a question.
Yes. The idea was floated by her in a casual way. She definitely doesn't know we're talking about it today. She just was interested to know what it meant and, were there any responsibilities, what goes with it.
In fact, she's the one who raised the question, are we going to put it in communications, or are we going to put it on the web, and those kinds of things. So she is aware of it and has...
But we do plan to give, the surprise will be during her last service. We will create a plaque with the title and with a list of on the back will include why she's getting this title that she can keep for herself. And then I think Penny's work going forward is going to continue to bring good things to CCSM, whether or not she's here within these walls. Okay?
I'm not sure about this, but I think the last time we gave this honor was to Dick Norberg. So it is a elevated honor to do this with a minister, and usually only after they retire. So does anybody remember anybody else that we did that with? So I think it's really a very special thing to do.
I can't hear you very
I think
clearly.
it's a very special thing to give that distinction, since in living memory within the congregation, it's only been noted with one other person. Dick Norberg was pretty high up in the echelon of ministers in the UCC. So it's special. That's it.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments? Okay. For all those who approve of the notion of Penny earning the title of Minister Emerita Retired upon her departure on June 5th, please raise your hand. Okay. And all those opposed, please raise your hand. And we'll give a moment for the vote as well, for the online vote. Okay. Thank you. So it is approved, and we will be bestowing this honor on the last Sunday during the church service. All right. The final bit of business we have is a update on the interim process. The market for interim ministers is tight. Between ministers retiring and the cost of living in San Mateo, it is a task to find someone wonderful to come and step in for an interim period. That said, we've had some productive and meaningful conversations over the last couple weeks, and we continue to receive resumes that are worth considering. So we are hopeful. My best guess at timeline, our ideal time to start would be August or before. So we're working towards that. And again, we have a plan in place for the summer with guest speakers and Jorge and Cheryl speaking or preaching, in addition to a music plan already in place. So there will be most certainly a period of time between the Penny's last day as minister and the interim minister starting. And that is all the news I have this morning. Thank you so much for being here, and congratulations to the search committee.
Robert, we'll just
Thank you.